Hello and welcome to this nature video. Today we're going to have a look at the game interface. The very first thing we can see in the interface on the top left, two indicators. The outer one, with 100% right now, is the amount of trees on the map compared to how many trees were there in the beginning of the scenario. The inner circle is showing the biodiversity factor of all the animals in the map. The higher it is, the best it is for the fauna. We're using a complex index called the Simpson index that we are then weighing in order to show you how biodiverse your city is. Next come all the different indicators for resources. The first one is showing you how much money you have. You can see that on top of the actual number here, you also have a green number and a red number. The green number is how much of these resources you gain per day, and the red number is how much of this resource are you consuming per day. So you have money, wood, stone, coal, ore, rare ore, oil, gas, food, and garbage. That's all your natural resources. Then you have the name of the town or the scenario. You see the population in the town, and on the top right you can see a date and a time. And you can switch between having the game paused, like it is right now, or playing it, or fast forwarding it in 3 times the speed. At the bottom of the screen, you have a big bar with, on the right hand, all the different commands in order to move the camera around. So zoom in, zoom out, rotate, tilt, etc. and reset the camera as it was in the beginning. If you're using the keyboard, you can also use all the keys which are indicated here, like Z for zoom out, plus WASD in order to move around. If at the same time you press Shift while you're pressing WAS or D, you can see that the camera is moving much faster. In the middle of the bottom bar, you have all the different buildings you can put on the map. You have some roads, some water treatments and water pumps. That's very important because you will need to have water in your town. You have then a lot of buildings which are related to public services or entertainment or education, etc. After that, you have all the buildings which are linked to exploiting natural resources, all the different mine and platforms. Some infrastructures, a seaport, in order to be able to build sea-bound structures, such as an oil rig, as presented here. Then you have all the different types of housing, from the simple small house up to a skyscraper. A few buildings are concerned with forestry and natural resources such as trees and animals. You also have various ways to produce food, such as organic farm, industrial farm, or some fisheries. A very important part of the management is also managing your energy and what type of energy source are you going to have for your city. It ranges from coal power plants up to wind farm, so you have a vast array of choices between renewable and non-renewable resources. Of course, they all have their own cost advantages and inconvenience. You also have some buildings in order to have a little bit of commercial tissue in your town, such as shopping mall, eateries and industries. and we have a bulldozer which allows us to destroy some part of our town. Like for example, I'm not happy with the road which is here, so I'm going to bulldoze it. But if I want to bulldoze something and also go back to how the map was, the terrain was at the first place, I can just click again on bulldozer, and you see it switches between the normal bulldozer and the green bulldozer. So if I'm using the green bulldozer here, you will see that the map is actually going to revert to its original state, like so. Whereas if I'm not using the normal bulldozer, the map is not reverting. You still have the scar tissue of your exploitation of the environment. Then you have an information bubble, which you can click on anything and it will show you data which are linked to this building. And finally, you have the overlays. The overlays are very important in order to manage your town. You have overlays showing you energy, where is the energy produced, who is consuming it, etc. You have an overlay showing you pollution, who is polluting what and where. You have an overlay showing you if any health building exists, an overlay about public services coverage, education coverage, city revenues, city maintenance to see where you gain money, where you're going to have to pay money every day in maintenance. You have an overlay showing you where the population is, the happiness levels, the water reserves. That's very important because you need to put your water pump where the water is. Arable land, that is to put your all your different farms on the map. And finally, the water supply network, is it working correctly? Are all the different buildings linked to the water network? So that's pretty much it about the interface. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next video.